Nigeria Police Force has ordered the closure of all land, air, waterways and roads connecting Edo State ahead the Saturday gubernatorial election in the state, which appeared to be a very big interest for the incumbent governor of the state, Godwin Obaseki, and the former governors of Edo and Rivers states who are currently the incumbent senator representing Edo North and FCT minister, Adams Oshiomhole and Nyesom Wike respectively. Nyesom Wike had said he felt betrayed after he helped Governor Godwin Obaseki to secure power for his current second tenure in office through the People's Democratic Party, PDP, when the then All Progressives Congress, APC national chairman, Adams Oshiomhole disqualified him from contesting the governorship seat on the platform of his then political party, APC, in 2020. Adams Oshiomhole had in several occasions also described Governor Obaseki as a betrayal, saying he regretted choosing him as successor in 2016. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had in 2020 called on Edo people to vote Governor Obaseki out of office and he shouldn't be given second term to rule the people, but many people in the state then picked offense on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's statements, who was only then APC national chieftain. The 2023 presidential election that got President Bola Ahmed Tinubu into power as Nigeria president has been an issue of concern to many. Scores of people believed that the 2023 election was filled with irregularities, violence, disenfranchisement of eligible voters, manipulation of election results, among other insinuations or allegations, but the Nigeria Supreme Court of Justice ruled that the political parties and candidates who contested the 2023 presidential election outcome in court were not able to prove their case of widespread margins of irregularities, manipulation of election results, violence, disenfranchisement, even though the Apex Court noted that there were isolated cases of the allegations which were not enough to rule otherwise against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was declared winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Governor Obaseki had refused to sign the traditional routine peace accord agreement on the ground that those who ought to be the promoters of peace are already causing violence ahead the gubernatorial election by thus intimidating, harassing and arresting members of his political party, PDP, to weaken the chances of PDP winning the areas where the arrested and detained party chieftains hail from, saying, the authorities at the federal government are doing so for APC to win the governorship by all means. The tension in the state has since made the Benin monarch, Omonabanidou Oba Ewuya, II, to order by Susu sacrificial ceremony to alert the gods or deities in Benin Kingdom to avert any act of calamity before, during and after the governorship election. A statement by the Nigeria Police Force Public Relations Officer, Adejobi Olumuyiwa, as made available on Friday afternoon, indicated that movement in and out of the state is restricted from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on election day. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetukun, has announced comprehensive security measures to ensure a peaceful, transparent, and credible electoral process during the upcoming Edo off-cycle election scheduled for Saturday, September 21, 2024. In preparation for the election, the IGP has ordered the restriction of all vehicular movement on roads, waterways, and other forms of transportation from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on election day. Exceptions will be made for essential services, including accredited media, electoral officials, ambulances, and emergency responders. To maintain the integrity of the electoral process, the IGP has implemented a ban on all security aids and escorts accompanying VIPs to polling booths and collation centers. Unauthorized security personnel and quasi-security outfits are prohibited from operating during the election, and the use of sirens by unauthorized vehicles is strictly forbidden to ensure a calm environment for voters. Furthermore, the IGP has mandated that special attention be afforded to individuals with disabilities, pregnant women, nursing mothers, aged, and those with mobility challenges, ensuring that polling stations in both urban and rural settings are accessible to all. The Inspector General of Police, through the Deputy Inspector General, DIG, for Edo gubernatorial election, DIG Frank Emeka Mba, has appealed to citizens to refrain from making prank calls to control room and designated help numbers, highlighting that text messages are more effective for operational purposes. The designated election lines for inquiries and reporting are Big Election Big Frank Mba, 07025000383 and AIG Election AIG Bennett Igwe, 09085000029. While the general control room numbers are 08077773721 and 08037646272. The already activated joint control room is manned by police and relevant agencies engaged in the electoral process. Citizens are encouraged to report any suspicious activities or incidents that may jeopardize the integrity of the electoral process or cause disorderliness in any part of the state. The Inspector General of Police underscores the necessity of adhering to these directives to avert any undue interference and intimidation during the election. Political parties, candidates, and their supporters are urged to conduct themselves responsibly and in compliance with electoral laws, as any violations or attempts to disrupt the electoral process will be met with the full extent of the law. The IGP reaffirms the dedication of the Nigeria Police Force to promoting a safe and democratic environment. Through collaborative efforts, we can guarantee that the forthcoming elections in Edo, specifically and the future, are held fairly and peacefully, Adejobi Olumuyiwa stated.
OsazuwaAkonedo, bringing you the news in a more digital way.